Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to Guitar Daily. So this is my daily thing I do on YouTube. I post videos every day about music stuff, gear stuff, theory, jazz guitar, rock guitar, funk guitar, session guitar basically. Today what I thought I'd talk about is the Fractal FM3 as an effects only unit. I saw Leon Todd talk about setting this up for a few people in one of his recent videos, and I thought, gee, I never thought about that, right? It could just be an effects only. So what I've done here is I've just set it up, amp modeling off, cabinet modeling off, basically just reverb and then effects. And what I'm running into is my little Victoria here, which is a 2112 or Tweed Deluxe in other words. I've got it set pretty low. The problem I'm finding straight away is I have a microphone right here and the amp's just too loud for it. That's partly why I use the Fractal stuff here all the time anyway, because then it doesn't clip the vocal mic, because my voice is obviously much quieter than what the amp is. So I've got the amp kind of down low at the moment, but that's for that reason. And because it's effects only, I thought I'd just put a drive in front of it. So I've got this Keeley Moose driver, which was a collaboration between Robert Keeley and Andy Timmons. Andy being one of my favorite guitar players and a beautiful human being, and Robert Keeley is also a beautiful human being. And so those people did some great stuff when they collaborated. So I thought I'll add that into it just because I'm not using any drives from here. So these are the sounds I kind of set up. So this is just clean amp. Whoa, clean amp. Of course, you're hearing the vocal mic plus the mic on the amp. You can see how much that vocal mic is influencing it, but you get the idea, right? Anyway, so clean. And then phaser. And then rotary. Right, and then delay. I'd use that like a lead tone. Level down a bit. That sort of thing. And then a tremolo. And then I like the multi-delay too. Pretty cool there. Works really well for swells. Which is not the easiest on this guitar. The volume control's not quite where I want it. I'd rather it was there, but I can just reach it. But a volume pedal solves that. So what I found straight away was when I plugged this in, I plugged it in with a regular guitar cable, thinking that's what it needs. Bad mistake. There was loads of hum and noise, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got out my humbuster cable, and that's an essential for this sort of setup. So I'm just running into input 2 on the Victoria. It's set pretty flat, but so far I think it's working really well. One of my favorite things about these Fractal units is the reverb. It's beautiful. So as you can hear there, it's actually working really well. So like I said, one of my favorite things about these is the reverbs. The reverbs are fantastic. I really struggle to play when I don't have reverb. I don't enjoy it that much. And one of the reasons is, to me, when I play with no reverb, what happens is, see how that reverb is about 2.5 seconds in length, right? What I find is that I end up playing loads more notes. Like if I play something like this. That reverb filling that little space in there means I don't have to play. Whereas if I dial back that reverb, you see, there's a temptation. I want to fill that gap now because there's not something kind of spilling over, if you will. So you see, it just makes you play differently having that reverb in there. So I like to play with a bit of reverb. I like a bit of delay too. What I find with delay is it's one of those things that one of the reasons I like delay is that it tends to catch the note. Like reverb makes the guitar sound more back, whereas I find delay makes the guitar kind of jump forward a little bit. And the reason for that is if I play a note, you're not really hearing the reverb, but the reverb's blending with my note and forcing it to kind of do that a little bit. At least how I like to set reverb. Yeah, so I was curious, how's this going to work? And I think it works really well. It'd be interesting to see kind of what this would work like on a pedal board, right, with a couple of drive pedals. Then you'd free up all that kind of scene use for just effects as you wanted to use them. I could have 2 more scenes, and maybe I could have one that's like no effects, like almost dry, and then maybe one that's like a synth kind of sound, and like a couple of pedals in front of it. That'd be a really powerful kind of get up. And what you could do is you could take the FM3 off if you were off that pedal board. If you're going to tour, you just carry that on the plane. And if you do local gigs or sessions, then you just take the FM3 with the board and maybe an amp, run into that, or use the modeling. The modeling's really good. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. So what I thought I'd talk about today is the FM3 as an effects only unit. If you do like this, then share it with people who are into the same sort of thing, I do these videos every day, and the reason I do them is for people like you who watch this stuff and who comment and involved in this community that I'm building here. To me, that's what it's all about. So yeah, so if you like it, share it with people who are into the same sort of thing. That's really cool. Thanks very much. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.